Hey, what's going on? Alan here from T Miles Elite Coaching and Pomelo Culture. I just want to talk about something quick actually. I want to speak about lead generation. It's probably something that I get more messages about on Facebook than anything else. It's something that any coach that I've invested in myself, it's something that I always want to work on. And I've got to be honest, I would say probably 90% of the coaches I've had, other than the very first coach and my current coach right now, they've all been shit at it. They maybe made it work back in 2008, but, and this is this is no word of a lie. I had one coach once who I came on board his program with the promise of him helping with my lead gen strategy. 2/3 of the way through the program, it still wasn't working, and his words of wisdom were, "Yeah, probably best you just turn on ads, Alan." I was like, cool, helpful. So with that in mind, I actually decided, how can I quantify a good lead gen strategy? So how can I take everything that I've learned? How can I take the success that I am now having myself with organic traffic and organic marketing, and how can I distill that down so that I can go to somebody who is completely new? I could give this to my kids and say, kids, use this strategy and go build an online business. And maybe I'll do that. Maybe that'll be a really good way to show just how well this strategy works. Or I could give this to somebody who's already experienced and say, go use this strategy and see what increase in results you get. Like, this strategy has probably cost me over $30,000 to put together, based on the amount of different coaches I've had, different things I've learned, the amount of time, blood, sweat and tears, literally banging my head against a brick wall, not understanding why these final pieces of the puzzle don't gel together. So when I finally got it, I finally figured it out, and I finally got the success that I knew I could get from it. And we're talking consistent, evergreen leads, understanding as soon as I get a lead, whether it's a paid lead and what to do with it, or whether it's I've gone out and I've got a stone cold lead. Like, this lead is so cold it's still frozen in the freezer. All right, this lead is so cold. How do we then convert that? And beyond that, how do I know how many leads I need to get to my goal? So this, and I call it the Infinity 8 framework, for a few reasons. I love the number 8, it's my lucky number. But in the Infinity 8, it makes sense because we do want it to be evergreen. We want this to be a clear process of understanding, how do I pick up a lead and do something specific with it to get to a sale? And if I don't get to a sale, what do I do? How do I manage this so that I get the most from the lead? So it's a simple 8-step process. First of all, you have to understand how to set your goal. And this is the first place people fall down, is they set their goal incorrectly. And you have to understand how to set a goal properly, how it's meant to make you feel, how you're meant to feel challenged by this goal, and how you set that whole section up. Once you have set your goal, well, then you need to do a bit of math, and you need to reverse engineer. You need to reverse engineer to understand actually what goes into making this goal. To start off with, if you don't have your own data, well, you use worst case scenario data. You have to be able to get to a place where you understand what's needed. And the longer you do this for, the more accurate your data is going to get, because it's going to be based on you. It's going to be based on your teams. It's going to be based on your business. It's going to be based on everything that is important that goes into your own process. To start off with, if you have nothing, you use generic data. Then it's about understanding, okay, so how do I engage with my audience? Like, what type of content do I need to do? Where do I need to do the content? How often do I need to do the content? And all of that has been distilled down to a very, very clear structure. Then it's about understanding, okay, so how else do I get engagement? How do I interact with people who are not already part of my ecosystem? Where do I find them? How do I find them? How do I target them? What do I do with them? Then it's about going deeper than that, and it's about understanding how many people do I need to be adding to my ecosystem every single day in order to get to my target. And this can work if your target is $1,000 or £1,000, all the way through to if your target is $1 million, 2 million. It's about understanding the strategy, because once you understand the strategy, you can scale this as much as you want to get to where you want to be. Then it's about understanding, how do I have a conversation with somebody? How do I drive that forward, that process, in a timely manner? Because there's a few different options that you can go down with this. And then once you understand where you get to, how do I convert it, or how do I retarget? And it's a simple 8-step process that works flawlessly from the moment you install it. This process will work from the first hour you start using it. Like, it's amazing that I don't see anybody else out there really pushing to find these kind of answers. Like, for me, I'm somebody who loves granular information. I like to know if I do X, I'll get Y. Like, it's about really getting clear on how do I get my result, so that you know that when you set out, you can go do the work and you will get the result. And ultimately, if you don't get the result, you review the work you've done. I guarantee you've not followed the process. It's that straightforward. I'd love to talk more to you guys about this. Reach out to me, drop me a message, and let's talk through the Infinity 8. Take care, guys.